Hi, folks. Welcome to our conversations. Thank you, folks, for joining us, and thank you, family. My name is George. Right. Listen, yesterday we talked a little bit about passions, and I'm going to go a bit more into that subject a little bit more just now. Way back, um, come public holidays or Christmas time, I would take the family to some holiday destination or other. And my kids were still very young then, and we would get into the car, drive off, and some of those destinations would be long, maybe 8 hours away, depending on which way you were going. And of course, as you started the journey, the kids will be all excited and chatting excitedly. And as you drive on, they would begin to ask the question, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And of course, you would respond and say, hey, no, we're still a long way away. We're probably 2 hours or 3 hours away. And of course, in unison, they would go, oh, that's too long. I'm sure you've had a similar experience with little ones. And then they would probably play a little bit back at the back and then fall asleep. Maybe 40 minutes or so later, they would wake up and they would ask, are we there yet? The same question. Why? Because they're kids and they're impatient. They want to get there. And so with patience, it is a trait that most people aspire to. There's that saying that patience is a virtue. And I think it comes from the fact that instinctively we are not patient. And therefore we will commend people who have that trait within them. And there are many benefits associated with having patience. And some of them are, the first one for me is patience is, people with patience always have, in my view, better health, better mental health. Why? Because they are more in control. They don't explode and push for unreasonable timelines. They're much more in control of themselves. So they don't ask for outrageous things as people. So that's the first one. And they generally don't suffer from things like depression and all that anxiety. They're much more in control. The second one, and the big one for me, is that patient people tend to achieve their goals at a higher rate than people who are not so patient. Because when you create goals, supporting them with your milestones and the actions that you need to do, it's all very well and looks great on paper. But when you start implementing, you will find that you come across so many headwinds. Maybe people who are uncooperative. Maybe circumstances that are uncooperative. All sorts of blockages come in your way. And for the impatient person, that can signal a sign to say, well, let me give this up. But for the patient person, they're able to fall, get up, fall, get up, and patiently drive towards the goal that they have set for themselves. So patient people have a higher success rate when it comes to the achievement of goals. And another thing I like about patient people is that they really are good to be around, right? They're much more pleasant to be around because they don't blow their top, honk their hooters, and shout at drivers. They're generally much more friendly, and so you tend to enjoy spending time with people who are passionate. I remember way back when I used to play golf at a certain club. There was a character there. I won't name his name, but everyone used to try and avoid playing a round of golf with him because he was impassioned and would swear, curse, throw his clubs around. And, you knew if you were paired with him, it was going to spoil your day. And in fact, to the extent that some people would actually simply say, no, actually, I won't play, or I'll switch the group to play with. Because people who are impassioned are not really good company. It's one thing being direct and wanting results, and quite another annoying everyone by being impassioned. And then the final one for me is also that, passionate people don't sabotage their own dreams, their own goals. You've heard of the saying, patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. Well, I think it comes from the fact that we're instinctively not patient. And therefore, somebody who has that trait within them is something that we should commend. We applaud people who have that character trait. I remember way back at school, there was a story of the hare and the tortoise. And the tortoise eventually wins the race. It was a slow, steady pace, and he got there. Because things that you love in life, things that really are valuable, you don't get them instantly. Like good wine, they say, it takes years to mature. Good relationships take years to mature. Anything good that you want, you got to work at it. It's not instant gratification. In the process, there is value in the process you are learning. And so particularly when it comes to issues around goals, success comes from slow and steady. Slow and steady. The hare and the tortoise. Slow and steady. You will get there. Clarity in your mind about where you're going. And then taking time to walk that road patiently and getting there. Nurturing children to become useful members of society. It takes patience and time. They will annoy you. They will do certain things that you're unhappy with. But with patience, you will get them to be valuable members of society. And so the title of our topic today is how to succeed with patience. I put are we there yet? Because the kids will always ask, are we there yet? But patience is a quality that you can develop. And this is the great thing. It's not, I wasn't born with it, and therefore I'm going to die without it. No. You can actually train in it. I think there are many examples of people who've gone for training 2 weeks, 3 weeks, trying to understand their emotions, what triggers those bests within themselves. I always talk about in the morning, taking time to close your eyes and just meditate. Take your bit of time, meditate. And the longer you do those things, the more you find that you become more passionate. And of course, the older you get, the more patient you become with people, but the easier it is to deal with people. So, how to succeed by application of patience. If you're one of those who don't have patience, hey, nothing is lost. You can actually develop it. And something that I would recommend that you go right ahead and develop patience because it's valuable. All right. All right, good people. Listen, as I say to you, we have done a new look to our YouTube intro. So I'm inviting you to go and have a look and let me have your comments around that. And secondly, hey, like this message, share it with your colleagues. And yeah, let us know what message has struck home here. What are you going to do as a result of what we're talking about today? And thank you very much for listening. Live with intention, I say. Everything must be intentional. All right? Okay, folks, take good care of yourselves and we'll be back tomorrow. Bye bye.